Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and today we're doing some death PvP. How fun. And you saw the title, and you're probably thinking to yourself, alright, so Gold's on his death, and he's talking about the need for a heal cap. What could have possibly happened in this match that had a death wizard not performing well against heals? And dear viewer, I will tell you why that happened. So, without a shadow of a doubt, life is very obnoxious in the meta right now. Life has definitely become just one of those schools that's just super focused on things like just only healing obnoxiously and through infects, by the way, just so we're clear. So, recently, in the summer update, their spell Seraph, which I don't know, okay, I don't, I can't really show it off on my Death Wizard, but their spell Seraph got changed to Gambit a heal over time on themselves for a lot of extra damage. Like, I'm talking close to double the base damage on the card. So, that, of course, is very, very useful for life. However, what that indirectly does is it nerfs Threefold Fever, because a lot of these life wizards, what they do is they'll use things like Legend Golem or Goat Monk and all of this other stuff, which will take off threefolds, and then they'll just gambit the heal anyway for extra damage on the Seraph. And that's like it's a perfectly well and good strat, except the problem is there's about from here to about here, in at least this person's deck, here to here was heals. I'm not kidding. This person had probably it was probably packing max Goat Monk, max Legend Golem. Probably, it didn't even feel like they were packing max Seraph either, is the main thing. It's like they used a few of them, but like there were so many heals. It's like, of course, there were definitely the usual 4 Toirettes. There was definitely 4 rebirths. Maybe there were sprite swarms in there somewhere. I don't know for sure. Maybe not, because I feel like we would have seen them. But even still, I mean, this person had so many heals, and they weren't like good heals necessarily, but they were enough to, you know, get Seraph damage and, you know, slowly chip away at my Threefold Fevers. And, you know, I pack 4 of these. I pack 3 Anubises, which, you know, I initially thought would be enough to handle any degenerate heal spammer Jade, but maybe not, and maybe I need to rework this deck a little bit. But ultimately, yeah, that's kind of how this one went. It was just an aggressive amount of healing, and there wasn't really much I could set up. There was a play to be made with these elemental weaknesses and things like Avenging Fossil and Monster Mash, but my deck just never really lined up well enough. And I also packed 4 Surges, didn't even see my first one until less than 40 cards left. So that also influenced this a lot. I was sitting on Shads for most of the first half of the match, and while that was happening, I definitely could have pressured something like an Oni and all that. And speaking of Oni, you need shields for Oni, and you also need shields to Ghoul and all that, which is all well and good. But let me quickly go to Diego. I don't think there's a way to get there quickly necessarily. Is there anybody just on Unicorn Way by chance? Melanie Emerald Glade. Alright, thank you very much, Melanie. Please don't be in a fight. That would be kind of tragic because I'm recording my intro. Okay, you are about as far away as possible from the guy. Anyway, so let me tell you a little story about this match. Oni's Forge is a fire spell. It is a fire, just basic Rosham spell that what it does is it'll clear up to 3 shields for a heal. I'm not quite sure what it is exactly or how much it heals for, but we're about to go find out once we get back to Diego. The point being, between Oni's Forge, which there were 4 of, Legend Golem, which there were 6 of, Goat Monk, which there were 6 of, that is 16 cards dedicated to little single heals that let me find it. It's gonna be in here somewhere. Oni's Forge. Here we go. So 190 on the heal for every shield that you clear. So that, of course, naturally is going to get you to about 570 when you're clearing 3 shields, and as a death, you know, you're shielding a lot to try and set up that Oni. So this has become Life's primary shield counter, and that has honestly become the most annoying part of it, because it's like, I only have so many 3-folds. Like, I have these, and these 4 alone are enough to counter 12 12, by the way, 12 heals, but like I said, 16 little heals, and that's also not even accounting for things like purge and any sort of reshuffled heals and all that. And of course, Life always has the bubble advantage. They have the biggest bubble advantage in the entire game, with 4 sanctuaries and 4, what is it called? Not Blossom's Thorns. I don't know why I'm blanking on the bubble name. But they've got 8 bubbles, and yeah, Circle of Thorns, that's what it's called. Okay, so they have 4 circles and 4 sanctuaries, so they will always have bubble. And healing through a 3-fold is advisable if you have a sanctuary up. Like, I was not pulling my bubbles all that well in this game. I don't even pack too many of them. I only pack 7 in total. And this is not counting all of the brown spiders. That 8 number where they had 4 circles and 4 sanctuaries did not count all of the brown spiders they had, which they could pack up to 6 of those. So technically speaking, they can have up to 14 bubbles, because I don't think they had a bubble pet, but I could be wrong about that. I will have to look back at the video. Anyway, so the Life always has bubble because they pack twice as many as I do, and they pack 16 small heals in order to just like get through my 3-folds. So the only reliable way for a death to set up any kind of weakness gambit is to use these elemental weaknesses, which did work out, but of course, you know, when the person is packing main deck Purge and Evil Snowman here and there, it's like you kind of just can't keep a 3-fold on them, and that has become the big deal with Life. I know that my most recent tier list was like 2 days ago, but I might have to move the needle on this one, like already. I'm not kidding, because Life is nuts right now in terms of just how much it can heal, because it's like when almost every single card that Life uses has a heal attached to it, that's going to make the class just incredibly hard to beat, because it's like, what am I supposed to do as a death? You know, I can Anubis the Giga heals, and of course she was packing 2 regenerates, so I imagine 4 Tuarets, 4 regenerates, 4 rebirths, that's 12 Giga heals plus the 16 mini heals. That's 28 heals. So I was exaggerating when I said this, when I said up to here was packed with heals, but I might not have been, because this is what, or 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So about to here, about to here was how many heals this person was packing. And this isn't even counting heals that I don't know about, like Sprite Swarm, if those exist, I guess. And then, you know, counting all the bubbles and all that. It's just, it was sort of death by 1,000 cuts, and death can't really deal with that at the moment, because it's like, I don't even know if Anubis is a good idea, because maybe I should start packing Skeletal Pirates just so that way I have, you know, more just cheaper heal counters. I don't know. That, or maybe even things like Contagion, just to, because Contagion would actually work kind of well against the strat, because it'll clear 1 heal for 2 infects, which is a positive trade. But then at that point, what the hell do I do against all of the like rebirth and regenerate nonsense? It's like, that's its own whole thing. And oh my goodness, I hate the Life School so much. I hate Jades, and the main reason, okay, so there's one thing. There's one glimmer of light at the end of this tunnel, at the end of this jade-ridden tunnel, and that is the fact that there is a heal cap idea that the developers have planned that looks like it's going to happen in the fall update, but I am gonna make a push for that to happen before the fall update, because I can't take this anymore. It's like, I don't even really know what to say, because it's like, if you're healing as much as this person did, can there at least just be a cap and have that come in sooner? Because it's like, if I didn't have to deal with the threat of things like Giga Heals coming in, then I could take out these Anubises for Contagions and make that better. So it's like, I think the mitigation of healing should always be better than healing itself, because otherwise you get Jades like this person who just incessantly spam heals, and that's all that they do. And you know, things like Oni's Forge, like I said, you can't set up an Oni against somebody trying to use Oni's Forge, so it's a big problem. It's a real big problem right now. Life and healing in general is just so overpowered, brutally overpowered, and the counters don't work anymore. Because it's like, if you spend 7 pips clearing a 4-pip Legend Golem heal, it's like they could just use it again, and yeah. it's like, these were enough before, but not anymore, not nearly anymore, because like the life will just heal through them, and even if they're not healing for much, they still are like getting value off of a Seraph, and that's another thing. So it's like, even when they're healing through the threefolds, they're still setting up potential value with Seraph, and that, I think, has really set life above as of late. And I'm really hoping that this heal cap comes in sooner rather than later, so that way like life can actually be beatable again. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't even know. Like, I think I am going to go ahead and take these out and put in Skeletal Pirates. I think that's going to be the play, just because they're cheaper. Anubis is better. It's a better counter, but Skeletal Pirates are cheaper, and that, I think, matters a lot. I also think that there should be a like a 4-pip double clear heal type thing, or at least like clearing a heal should be attached to more death spells, you know, like I guess I don't really know what I would attach it to, but there's just no feasible way to beat a life wizard right now effectively. Because I will say one thing, if I was pulling my surges, I could have actually pressured my elemental weakness and then like maybe double Avenging Fossil into a mash type thing, because it's like, if I got all of these up, even if the person like snowmanned off my threefolds that I would cover it with 4 times, I'd still have 8 fire and storm weaknesses, which would be enough for 2 Avenging Fossils, and then I could maybe Grim out of it and Shrike. So it's like, there's, I guess I was kind of exaggerating a moment ago, but it's like there is a path to victory, but you have to not be deck failing, and I was deck failing aggressively in this match, so I don't know. I've rambled on for 13 minutes. I think it's about time I just show you this match. It's probably going to be an hour-long video. It's that bad, and I really think that Jades should, like this general playstyle should be nerfed. I think Legend Golem should be changed so that it's not a hit and heal, because life has enough of those, and yeah, it's like that, or Goat Monk should change, something of the sort. So for now, life is still just the most aggressive school to go against. That's not even to say that this person wasn't playing a little weirdly. I like she was kind of playing like he don't got it with. So, okay, there were a couple moments in there where I would get my life pips up to go for a Toilet while there was a Sanctuary up, and then right when I would go for it, she would change the bubble to a Circle of Thorns. She would change her own bubble so that way I couldn't heal with it. Just so we're clear on that. So, I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous, in my opinion. But, yeah, this general playstyle needs to get deleted from the game, and I think the heal cap should be 5,000 tops, and there'll be people who will say, whoa, that's going to make life unplayable. I know what I'm doing. I know what I said. I didn't stutter. I know what I'm doing. I want life to be unplayable in every sense of the word. I want it to suck. I want life to be 7th out of 7 for the first time in 5 years, and when that happens, you know what? The game's going to heal. The game, no pun intended, but the game's going to heal once life becomes straight unplayable. And if life does become unplayable, then I will consider that a huge win, and I think that life becoming unplayable will become one of the best updates this game has ever seen, especially post-Rochambeau. So that is my take on things. Life should not be a playable school, the heal cap should be 5,000, and the heal cap should come as soon as humanly possible. So there you go. I'm kind of exaggerating and joking a bit there, but I really do think that healing needs to be addressed. If it's going to stay this brutally overpowered, then it needs to be addressed, I think, because they've already added too many giga heals, so I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap this one up 15.5 minutes into the intro later. Let's finally show you this atrocity of a match. This looks like a life, and the Grimhorn pet is a little aggressive. But I'm a death, so it's not too bad, I guess. Definitely a life. This is an interesting thing to pull early. A lot of this stuff is interesting to pull early, but what can you do? I guess we could start with a fold. Because it's like, I like this, like all the things in this hand, I just wish they could be spread out a little more. So she's gonna go for a brace. Okay, we can stabilize. The hand is just a little rancid. Might get rid of that. I doubt Elf will be too great, but if she goes for a shield just randomly right here, then... Alright, that's a bubble straight off. Okay, Ice Pip is concerning, especially this early, so I think we're gonna do this. So this will do some damage, 1,000, not bad, I guess. Thanks for showing up. What is this going to be? Want it? Okay. So, I don't know, maybe I'll get rid of that. It's just this hand's not good. I have more Grims. I could pass for now, I guess. Probably won't want to Vampire. That could be good for quick damage. Provided I could, like, surge out of it, you know? Problem is this. These people like to pack these cheap hidden heals to use Seraph with. So pulling a shield here would be nice, if possible. May get rid of that. I guess this is the best we have. I could rebrace. We'll see. That's probably a purge. Guess we can only hope that was a side deck purge and not a main deck purge. But sure, I guess we can do this now. Elemental Shield, not bad. We can go for that. Although pulling bubbles would be nice, especially given this is a thing that's going to be happening quite a lot this match. Yeah, I mean 1,500 through a brace, that's a little ridiculous. So, isn't that something? Getting a lot of Anubises in this hand. Can't say I'm a fan. Attenuate. And I don't have an aura of my own. So I guess I can just do this. Before all the shields get cleared, because I assume that's what's going on here. Grim Reader could be good. Yeah, especially out of an Attenuate. That would be pretty fire. Because I could Anubis if I needed to. Dead Zone, also good. If she braces over that, yeah, I'm gonna Dead Zone. So ideally we want another Attenuate before too long. Of course, 50-50 shot we actually get that. I say 50-50, but it's much less in terms of the odds there. Yeah, I could try getting a Virulence up. That would be kind of nice if I could get that. No dice. I think just Grim then. And then if she decides she wants to heal, then I can Anubis. It'll be good to get those out of my hand, that's for sure. 2,000 with a Ghoul Blade, by the way. Spirit Shield's not bad. What's this going to be? A Goat Monk, right? See, this is why we just need 3 folds at all times. Because they just do stuff like this. Meat damage, but it's going to heal for 1,600. Oh, I guess this is a Sanctuary. Sick. We can do this, I guess. And then maybe try and set up an Oni, I don't know. Bubble? No bubble. 531 around. Isn't that something? Alright. Well, I can elf that. And if she goes for like a King Art or some nonsense, then I could always just Anubis that. Which would actually be pretty good, because I'm thinking the brace is out. So Anubis would do a ton of damage. The Red Ghost is also good. And yeah, the brace will be out this round, so if she goes for a Giga Heal, or not even a Giga Heal really, but just what's it called? King Art, that'll be good. Maybe she goes for Lumi, that'd be nice, so I could just Bone Dragon. And then I guess hopefully pull a Surge. That's also kind of important for this. She did not go for it though. Good to know, good to know. Alright, so what we're gonna do then is go for this. I kinda don't like the Death Pip. But at the same time, you know, I take a Bone Dragon and she gets a rebirthed, or Sanctuaried rebirth, so if we can avoid that, that would be nice. Maybe she goes for an Aura and I can mash. But let's see. So that's out, which means Seraph is not great. So, okay, we can mash that. Which I am down for, because I can do this, and then Red Ghost, change the bubble, and be fine. Watch the tier list and then post tier list trends, and got to say it was surprising. I know, yeah, like, some schools are doing uncharacteristically good. Of course, balance is undoubtedly on top, but, you know. She's got to use pips on something right here. If she does Giga Heal, I'll have to brace into an Anubis. But hopefully just threatening the counters will be enough. Wings of Fate, yeah, so I'm going to have to brace into the Anubis. And then hopefully pull a Surge. 12 damage. Because that's going to be healing her for how much? Like a ton, probably. Yeah, it's not even telling me how much. So brace here, then Anubis. And then hopefully at some point pull a Surge. That would be pretty sick if I could get that, you know? So 11.2k. Let's see how much that's doing. Okay, 316 on both. I will want to Anubis that. Or should I? No, I think I want a Red Ghost first. Unless that's... We live in a society. Okay, I guess I can start getting life pips. I don't know. I mean, sure. We can maybe get rid of that for now and Anubis. Surge here would also be very good. $1,800, that's not bad. Surge? No Surge. But I did get a bubble, which is good. And I can fuse a Pirate Dragon right now. Yeah, she's gonna go for that. So... not pulling anything good, unfortunately. Still not pulling anything good. Because, yeah, now she just gets things like this. Because I need Twaret. And I need Surge. Like, am I ever gonna pull that? King Artorias. I guess it could be worse. How much longer do those have? It doesn't say. Hitting bubble could be good. It's just, I don't know. I think... So I can King Art right here. And get a lot of healing off of that. Oh, maybe she knows that. Yeah, she does. Either way, healing is healing. I think I'm going to take that. Just while I can. And then maybe Dead Zone. I also just need to get these off of me, so that's important. I wish it could have been a Twarat, though. 100%. Let's see. I think I want a Dead Zone first, and then start going for that. It's just, I don't know where the hell my surges are. Like, that's just straight ridiculous. I'm gonna keep the elf just for shield break purposes. She failed pipped, which is good for me. But like, dude, 4 surges, and I have yet to see one. Wand hit isn't bad. Yeah, I guess, because I can keep the bubble. Or... do I want to... I'll elf that, actually. Because she can't, like, counter it for nothing right now. So why not get some damage? More wand hits. I guess that means I could build pips. Which I probably should do anyway, right? Because imagine this is a regenerate. It's just, where are my surges? Like, I needed to do that so many rounds ago. Stabilize, not bad. Stabilize wouldn't be a bad move right now. If that's a regenerate, like... oh, okay, that's above change. Is that a sanctuary? That is not a sanctuary. Okay. So I think stabilize. Let's do that. And then if I can't keep it, then I'll Red Ghost. That's a good pull. Got a little bit of damage out of that Fire Elf. What are you doing now? Goat Monk. Yeah. So I do get to keep this aura, so that's good. It's just like, that's 1,000 healing. It's ridiculous. So I guess I could do this for now. That's a good pull. It's just, I need surges. I think she's deck failing them too, which is helpful. But, like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's insane. So let's cover that. Sup, Conrad? Welcome to the chat. Attenuate's good just in case she rebraces. If she doesn't, I might one hit and then have her do it. Honestly, a Monster Mash right now would go kind of hard if she's out of brace. But probably just not going to do it. What is likely is she's just going to spam Hidden Heals to take off those 3-folds. So I'm thinking Red Ghost here. And then pray I pull a Surge before too long. Because that's important. The only saving grace is that she's also not pulling Surge. Maybe. But I think I'd want to make room in my hand for other things right now. That's probably a bubble. Yeah. But what kind of bubble is it? That is a Sanctuary, so I want to get rid of that ASAP. The 3-folds help. But they are just 3-folds. I'd rather... Like, if there's a Sanctuary up, healing through a 3-fold is a good move. And that Fire Pip almost certainly means Oni's Forge. So, we're going to see what's going on with that. So, she just passed. Honestly, I'm going to do the same. She needs to do something right now that I can react to. Like an aura or... Okay, well, guess not. Looks like she just pulled her Surge, and since I'm behind on that, you know, can't really do shit, so we'll get rid of that. Pulled my Reshuffle. Sick. We can do this, I guess. It's not the move I would have liked to do after getting rid of a Mash, but I kind of have to. I don't have any moves in my hand. So she's going to do that. So I'll do this in response. My third Anubis has been pulled. And that's going to be an Oni's Forge. Yeah, so that gets rid of another 3-fold. 500 health even through it, which is ridiculous. I'll get rid of that. Now I pull that, right? I don't want to do this. Okay. We can do that. It's just I need to pull more 3-folds and pull Surges. That might not be useful. We'll probably get rid of it. And have the server lag so I can't pull a card. Almost certainly a Hit and Heal. Or just a wand, I guess. So, what do we want to do? The Virulence is good. But we can Ghoul here. She's probably going to Oni's Forge. Which means I need to be threatening a very strong hit. A little bit of a drain there, that's good. Pulling that after a Ghoul is always just soul draining. But if she shields, it's the move, 100%. Because I could do that into a shield into a Doom Oni. What's that? Or I could Anubis here. Or, no, I don't think I want to Anubis that particularly. Because it is going to heal her for a lot, even through the 65% infection she has on her. But I definitely need to be able to... do something. That virulence is decent. It's just still no surges in sight. Can you, like, Giga Heal or something? Can you rebirth, please? $14-14. Sick. Well, I guess since that's gone, this isn't a terrible move, because this will put a big aura on. And then I could virulence out of it, while threatening another one of these. So we'll see. She might just play You Don't Got It, which, I mean, that wouldn't even be wholly unexpected, would it? $2,800 damage right there. That's very good. And that is a 6-round aura, 30%. Grim's not bad, but she's gonna regenerate. That's Well, 500 on the burst. I think the move is going to be to Grim, please pull Surge, and then, or honestly, let's do this first. This maybe into a mash would go stupid hard. Because she can't finger herself again. A brace is decent, but probably not right now, not when she's in Jade mode. That's going to be a brace. I wish I had an attenuate. I mean, I can go for... I can do this. Threefold. Good pull. Alright. That's fine. We can Pyre Dragon that at long last. And then from there... Or I think what I want to do now is this. And then I can Pyre Dragon. Because I see that Myth Pit for the Purge. I don't want to chance it. I have another one, which is good. That's going to be Starfall. Okay. This whole time I've been timing out her brace, so having this brace of my own, that's going to be helpful. I can also set up an Oni again. We'll see. But I mean, that's just so much healing. And there's the Purge. Awesome. I guess this would kind of help. I was hoping for a cheeky little peace serve there, but no dice. Won't want that, I don't think. What's this gonna be? So then she had a bubble. Sick. We really are living in a society. I do see that she has the pips to Scarecrow, so I don't think Pyre Dragon is the move anymore. I think that honor goes to this. And that is a Sanctuary up. So... yeah, man, I don't know. That's an interesting pull. I think this is going to be how we do it. I like the idea of just grimming right now. Okay, awesome. See, the problem is this is the move. I'm glad I had this because, I mean, I don't even know if I should keep that Pyre Dragon in hand because she's just going to have the pips to Scarecrow for the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure. About 900 there. Decent. That's a good pull. I'm thinking just Grim. Just to not sit on Shads longer than I already have, right? What is that going to be? Just a weakness? If that's just a weakness, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I could just Grim. A hit is a hit. And then maybe, potentially, I could pull a Dark Surge. Wouldn't that be just a funny concept? Because I have yet to see one all game. And I pack 4. And I'm down to 40 cards left. So, isn't that something? 1,000 damage with a Grim. We really live in a society. Avenging Fossil, probably a no-go at this point. Spirit Shield's not bad, though. Just throwing out the auras. Yeah, let's do this. I think there's a good chance she goes for another Oni's Forge. Her 4th one this game. So, that's really awesome. Just egoing the counters. That's awesome. You know, I might be feeling it. If she's gonna keep that Sanctuary up, I might as well use it. Because it's just going to be this for like the whole game. And it's not like those 25s are really helping me much. I was only ever using them to maybe get some sort of value with Monster Mash, but no dice on that. Maybe she could like brace or something this round so that way I can mash. I will do it, by the way. I will Twaret. If you want to keep that Sanctuary up, you know, you do you. Okay, so she did do that. Well, I mean, a move's a move right now. So that'll get rid of the brace. That'll stop her from hitting. You know, another 1,000 damage, not bad. That offsets some of the heals that she keeps spamming. 39 cards left, and I finally found my first Dark Surge. Hooray, first of 4. And don't you love to see it? That's another regenerate, chat. That's awesome. That's really something. Yeah, it's looking like she's gonna surge or reshuffle soon. Get all of her goat monks and legend golems back, you know. Her sanctuaries and everything. Elemental weakness, that's good. Honestly, these might be my lifeline. I have my own shuffle, and I've had it for most of this game. So, I don't know. We'll see what we want to do here. She'll probably shuffle now. And what is that? Brown spider. Alright, Nicole. I mean, I understand that I'm telegraphing my pips, but you can't deny that's a little weird to be doing. Know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing, team. So there's that. Twice in a day, bro. That 3% chance. Getting these. That's a little interesting. What if I just did this for damage, you know? I could do it. So that's gonna be a shuffle. If I had shields, I'd be so down, but I don't, so. Do this for damage, why not? About 2.2k right there. Start offsetting some of the fingers. We have it back. What's it gonna be? Mm-hmm. $687. That's about 1,500 value on a 4-pip spell, just so we're clear. Okay, second time's the charm. Figure, why the hell not? I will keep you in purgatory. It's not even that much healing at all, but it's something, man. Might get rid of that. Probably not, right? Reminds me, I haven't pulled any of my Ifrits yet, so my side is still very much in flux. But at least she's gambiting that heal for an unbalanced amount of damage. I don't know, maybe I do this. Try and see if I can't get my mash. And then surge or something into... See, I like the elemental weaknesses. They've been good. I mean, you know, there's that too. I mean, it's like, what's the point, dude? Like, I could do that. Set up my Oni again, but at this point, she's just got too much on me. Attenuate, decent. Might get rid of one of those Ellie weeks. Yup. Honestly, once the healing cap gets implemented, This person's kind will cease to exist, and I'm all for it. Because right now she's just healing to full. It's not that hard to tell. So, for now, we can just keep loading her up with these. Steel Pit. That's a move. I mean... oh yeah, I mean, just do that, right? Because now she is pulling her surges, and I'm still not. What to do? We could do this, Attenuate. Yeah, I mean, it became unwinnable when my deck just decided it was not going to give me shit. The death pips are worrisome. But, you know. Threefold. Not a bad pull by any means. But, yeah. They can keep doing this. Because I don't want to Shrike when she has fire pips. That's the big thing. Because if she takes away my Oni and I'm just sort of left there in Shrike, kind of unable to really do shit. And this pulling after I threefold is very tragic. Yeah, because that's going to be that. I don't even know if I should still be leaning on Oni. I think I might use it as a base hit, maybe. See, the problem is I just get crowed if I go for the Pyre Dragon right now, so... And you also know that she's had it in hand this entire time. So, that's also really, really fun. Shrike Avenging Fossil. I mean... Avenging Fossil into Oni is how this is done. But, you know, I mean, that's a good pull. Ghoul's a good pull. Maybe it's coming together. I think Dead Zone, Ghoul, Shrike... Or Dead Zone, Shrike, Ghoul... No. Dead Zone, Ghoul, Shrike. There we go. Yeah, because you see, it's just going to be this, and we all know. So, I mean, still, I'm gonna Dead Zone. And then she's going to Scarecrow. Let's see. Let's see. Because if I Ghoul now, let's see what she does. Probably a shield, yeah. So, my thing is, I Ghoul now, and she crows. But how would I would look for another Ghoul. That's what I would want to do. I realize I lose the most deaths on my life because I don't obnoxiously heal. Yeah. That's what you have to do. And a lot of lives do obnoxiously heal, which is, you know, part of why we're here. We can get rid of that. and the server can lag and not let me pull. So here comes the crow. So what we're going to want to do is pull another ghoul. That's imperative. We don't want that. Let's go for this. And then we'll want a ghoul again. Sad it has to be that way. I know. It's rough. If I just like went for this as a base hit, I'm just throwing moves at this point. I kind of don't care. It's just I know I still have surges floating around somewhere, and if I could do this and then surge, maybe like Aura War for a moment or two. 2,500 is still decent. Another dead zone, that's good. Good timing on that too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dead zone. It's likely she got another bubble, because it always is. Elemental shield, maybe? I don't know. Could do that into a ghoul. Yeah, she's gonna have the brown spider, which is kind of tragic, I gotta say. But yeah, we're back to deck failing surges, which is not good. I think, because what I want right now, more than anything, is to do this. Ghoul, or not even ghoul first, I want to surge first. Not immolate. Yeah, see, there it is again. Because, I mean, what's the point? I could do that, but I need a death hit to clear off this shield. Or this weakness. So, I mean, I like the idea of brace here, but now, I mean, we're at this point where she can just spam hits. It doesn't help that I was deck failing the entire game. Like, not pulling Surge for like about 10 to 15 pivotal rounds, and now not pulling Surge here is a huge issue. Because I have 8 cards left, minus this one. And I think 2 of them are Surges. I'm not kidding. Yeah, because that's going to be a thing. And then, what do we want to do? Let's do this. There's a headless, which I probably should have prepared for. So, I think the headless is going to be my move. Still farming free matchups. Whatever you say, bro. This person is jaded like a bitch for the last 45 minutes, Buster. So I don't know if this is a free matchup. It would have helped if I wasn't deck failing aggressively, but I am. So here we are, right? Okay, so Goat Monk. So it's not doing much, but I mean, she can just do it again, right? So let's Headless. And then from here, let's see what we can do. So that'll take that off, and put some 35s on, which is going to be pivotal here. 653. Yeah, see? So many surges left. But I think now it depends. I'm going to need to... I don't know if I have any virulences left, but I like need one right now. So let's get rid of one. I guess get rid of this. Vampire. Alright, we gotta go for this now. So this into a fossil, into a mash. Okay, stabilize with the last card, sick. Maybe the vampire will be our card. Because, I mean, she'll do this, and there's 65 shields to deal with. I mean, I think it's just boned. Like, no reason why it wouldn't be. I have to do, like, 10,000 damage right here. No crit either. Like, we just live in a society. I have not crit most of my hits this game. Yeah, 2k. Like, what are we doing? The game is just like this. Mash Vamp. It's kind of all that I got. But, you know. I like a centaur or something will just kill me at this point. Is that right? Death Dispel. You were hanging on to that for what reason exactly? Like, how did we get here, bro? Oh well, Jade's gonna Jade. Ain't shit you can do. What a match, yep. No crit on this either. Uh-huh. Game was like, fuck you in particular. Just needed, like, most of my last few cards to not be searches, and we would have been fine, but, you know. Jade's gonna Jade. That's all it is. And my side deck got shredded by that.